Once upon a time, I was a young lad. Today, we're going to be interviewing me, and I'm going to interview me, so you guys can learn a little bit about Paulie P. So, Paulie P, how are you today? Welcome to Booth TV. Get it? Oh, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you and locate you online, huh? Add me, son. Facebook, at Paul Pirelli. YouTube, at Ghetto Booth, at Paulie P. Instagram, Ghetto Booth 1. And what is with this fictitious statistics?
Did you know in the course of a lifetime you consume 5 pounds of your own lip skin?
Shit, fictitious statistics, huh? You remember growing up and like your parents would give you all this shit like, I've always just thought that people fucking believe like the dumb shit that everybody tells them, so I figured I'm gonna make up some statistics myself. Have a little fun with it, but people need to realize that it's always okay to break the mold. If someone says 100% that that's not gonna happen, there's a chance that it could happen. So we gotta think about that. And people who stay within statistics, so to say, they don't really take their opportunity to go and break the mold, and they really need to. If you swallow watermelon seed, you can have a watermelon vine growing out of your mouth.
A bullfrog can jump 10 times his body length. Bullfrog.
Boop. Bubblegum, it stays in your stomach for 7 years.
Do you know it's humanly impossible to walk on your knees with your ankles taped to your thighs?
Bullshit. I think I did a fictitious statistic thing because you think about it and people, they don't break the mold sometimes. I think because someone says they can't or because there's a certain percentage reason why they can't, there's no reason for them to try. And I think that's bullshit.
Bullfrog.
We need to reach for things that we can't do. People who live the longest don't listen to people who said that they got 7 months to live. What do you feel from the first episode to now, and how would you change it up from now if you look back at the first episode or what you did in the first episode to now? Season 1 was more challenging to me. Season 3, I do more research on the subjects that we're going to be coming up with, so if I could call my nose, because me and BBT going back and forth on different things is very interesting. People seem to like it and chime in, but we need to have more girls on our show to make sure that things stay interesting, and I really don't want to bring them out girls into this shit, you know? It's tough. And we'll figure it out. We didn't talk about that ganja, son. If you want to talk about ganja with Paulie P, it's a very, very, very long conversation. I'll teach you things, and you'll teach me things. Visit his YouTube at Paulie P. Or his Facebook, Instagram, ask him questions, interact. Everybody knows what's up, what's grossing bug. How'd you and BBT start doing podcasting? When I'm working with Brian, so you get another perspective on things that I wouldn't think about. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's good kind of educating that he learns a lot from me too at the same time, so we end up working together very well. Me and Brian have been friends for a good time, and he'll say it how he sees it, and I'll say it how I see it. And we get along, we know how to talk to each other, so that's one of the reasons you do the podcast, I'd say. Why do you think people would want to watch your podcast, huh? How can we just, like, revisit some of the stuff that we've done in the past? I'm like, we'll just do a podcast based around our shit. And both of us do a lot of extra weird little things. Like, I like to learn about everything I can. I can't really do a lot, and I don't, but I do a lot. Like, a little bit at a time, friend. Welcome to Paulie's One Sock at a Time project. It's really hard for me to do simple things that somebody could do in like a day. It might take me a week or even a month sometimes. But if I have 1,000,001 things to do, if I do one thing today, or at least start doing one thing today, and then tomorrow finish that one thing, then I only have 1,000,000 things left to do. And don't think that my shit doesn't keep adding up. As long as I'm always doing a little bit of something, I'm always going to be getting something done. And it's not fun to beat yourself down because you think you're never going to finish something. In order to finish something, you have to start it. And don't think you can't do things you can actually do. Go for it. Making the world a better place. One sock at a time, brother. Oh, I enjoy working with Brian because I get to come up with different ideas, tossing back and forth, and I'll dig into things I don't even know about. We had like an episode on bears, and it was like, I think I spent like 4 hours just like off and on, just looking up primary forest and learning about primary forest for like one line in the episode. So I ended up putting my face into a lot of things that I wouldn't normally. You want to tell us about that ghetto grub shit, son? We'll talk about it another time. You guys put out almost 3 whole seasons now. We'll talk about it another time. And what do you see coming through the pipeline? We'll talk about it another time. So you guys like the freestyle? We'll talk about it another time. I heard this little us versus this thing is going to kick it off solid. I don't know the TikTok, but I'll pop it up there for you. I'll look it up. And always look up Ghetto Booth Chronicles. That's the shit we roll with. We hope that you guys come and join our podcast sometime, because it's fun. Give us some challenges. I'm where I'm at, son.